Boy, it's been a long day, but I feel good about stuff. You know, you ever feel like you've been training for something for your whole life? I I started my parents' house was built in 1870s during Reconstruction. So we had an old house. And as about I think 10 or 11-year-old kid, I started working with my uncle who was a carpenter and brick mason. And we put on three additions, three additions to the house, and a two-car garage. And so as a little kid, that was my experience of dealing with an old house. I'm going to show you this post right here. Um, I started working on this because I've been working up in the attic upstairs, and my wife is staining the board, so I can't make any dust up there. And Mike's working on some of the electrical, putting in a ceiling fan because it's getting warm, so we'll at least have some air circulate. And so I started working on this post that was pretty much rotten out. Okay, if you've seen what this looked like before, I've actually made a piece to go on the bottom here, but I've been using some Bondo here and filling it in and basically carving this to match the original and filling in as I've been going through using the heat gun and taking this off. This is still solid. This is still beautiful. And so when I think about the things I've done in my life, I've always been that guy that is, as my friend Alex would say, excuse my language, fuck up fixer. If it's fucked up, call Mark, he can fix it. So I've always had that fly by the seat of your pants and figure out how to make something work, which is something you got to do when you're dealing with something that's as old as this house is. Working at the Smithsonian, we worked on the Smithsonian Castle that was built in 1854, where we had to re-cement the steel beam that was holding up one of the turrets because it moved during the hurricane. Excuse me, not hurricane, the earthquake that happened about 15 years or so ago. So I've worked at Smithsonian and dealing with that kind of stuff and the high pressure and where it's got to be exact. So that's like another little piece of this. And going through here, this is one of those things that doesn't make sense that I have this house. This house was supposed to be destroyed. This house was scheduled to be torn down. They decided it was not worth fixing. And here it is, good old Mark Holmes. Okay, I can fix it. I love that. But it's coming along really good. I mean, you see this.
No.
What? What?
You got to stay.
Uh-oh. And this is where,
Remote.
each day.
The remote, I don't know how to use the remote, but it's on the.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll figure out the remote. Uh-oh.
No. The good thing is on
What's
the
that?
back of the remote, it has all of what the features are.
How many features? Look,
It's 8 different features.
all I need, 8 different features. All I need is the fan to come on.
It got a one off
Okay.
button too, but it's 8 different features. But flames
All right. So as we're going through and finishing this day off, I know this doesn't look like much to most of y'all. Most of y'all look at the walls here and say, oh my God, that looks like a disaster. But all these walls will be replastered. The fact that we've got lights,
No, that's not.
Okay. All right. But let's go upstairs because I think he wants me to
If
see.
you want to look at the,
I think he wants me to
the
see.
controls on the mantle.
Okay. So
Turn it on and off.
all the new wiring that's gone up in here and stuff, we'll drywall that. And oh wow. Look at this. So we have been working on the ceiling. This was my vision here, was using beadboard, extra wide pieces, and stain them to match the wood. We had a discussion on should it be white, should it be darker.
Closer we get to the bottom of this, the darker it is.
Oh, you didn't stir it up? Okay, so that's okay. But take a look at the ceiling fan, although the light is glaring in there. So what we did, wow, good job, Mike. We're gonna put 2 of these, but you see the glass is actually got the bubbles in it, so it looks like old glass. Well, you can't see it with the light, but it's got some air that's circulating in here. Oh yeah, and
This has a mount.
okay,
But see all different features besides these and this. I'm going to all those three.
Okay, all right, well, we got all kinds of controls on there. And we're here, my beautiful bride is going through.
Oh, one's to turn it off if you just want, if you don't, in a minute.
My beautiful bride is staining all these pieces. They'll get varnished tomorrow, and then we'll get finished putting the ceiling up in there. This place, oh, it's getting so cool. And eventually we'll get all this stuccoed over. So, look at that. We had to channel it to the wall. Somebody asked me what I used to cut in the wall. I just used a masonry bit and an angle grinder, marked the wall, cut down through there, and then used a hammer drill with the chisel bit and chiseled it out so it's nice and neat. This will be easy for them to stucco right on top of it, and it is screwed in there. It's tight. So this is going to be one big open space. We'll put the railings back up, of course, to go here so nobody falls through. And we have an antique drafting table that's probably going to go over here. Her grandfather's. That's going to go over here. And over here will probably be my studio, I think. And we have an old ice chest. What do you think about the ice chest? Huh? Your father?
Oh, actually, my grandmother's.
Right. What do you think? Right here, Trey? On this wall? Antique ice chest. They have conversion kits to actually make them usable. So we're going to actually try and make it so it's actually a refrigerator. So maybe right here or maybe right over there. In between the windows.
I'm kind of digging right there right now.
As long as we have enough space to get past, I think we'll be okay. So that's what we're looking.
Is that the door? Which one's closing?
This is the bedroom door.
That might be too close.
It'll fit like right here. It'll be enough. And then we'll have to figure out how else it's going to go. This, of course, is some more of the wood that's being stained. This will be a bedroom right here, and so on. And so my point was, do you ever feel like oh, that air feels so good. Feel like you've been training for something or preparing for something all your life. And this place has been truly every single one of my skills that I have is now being put to test, building and rebuilding this red brick house. Thank God I got my son over here, Mike. Look at that.
So that's what that button's for.
What's that?
Have one button so you can find which fan it goes to.
Oh, okay. So one
the
remote
home
will be,
button.
okay.
Yeah, you click the home button and it blinks so you know which ones it goes to.
Cool. It's still kind of low. And you know, that's the thing with these new ones. The ceiling fans, now this is over 8
But
foot.
you don't want it too high because then
Yeah.
it's going to hit.
Then it's gonna, well, and it's not going to be able to circulate the air real well. But it's
That's
still,
a nail in there.
it's still, with the ceiling, it's still pretty good. But I do like that. These are the light bulbs that came with it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice light bulbs.
This got the lights on.
Okay. So, for those who are just tuning in, wow, look at this. Look at the ceiling. Look at the ceiling. Wow. This is where we've been working really all day today, is getting that ceiling up in there and getting that wired up. Shout out to my beautiful bride. Shout out to my son. And it's nice to actually have lights in here to walk around and stuff. But we are going to call it a day. It's been an incredible day in here. And we're going to get this thing done. And me and my wife were talking. Looks like bird's trying to make a nest in here. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. No bird nests in here.
Y'all
Yeah.
throwing those trees over
But yeah, we got plenty of trees out there. When we get this thing together, we have a lot of people who have lived in this house before or have interest in this house and stuff, and we're trying to figure out a way that people can spend a night here and enjoy what we're putting back together. For me, this is an honor to be able to save this piece of history, and it feels so good.
I wouldn't mind living
All right, good people.
I
That's
wouldn't mind living there.
You wouldn't mind living here? Okay, well, we get, I don't know if we can move it to Pennsylvania or not.
We're going to find something in Pennsylvania.
Well, we'll get you a
By
place.
the end of the year.
Traveling Roadshow. I'm Mark Holmes with the best family in the world, and I appreciate you guys following along. And shout out again to Sharon Maxey. Sharon, when I get back home on Friday, That's headed for you. Appreciate your support.